Girl, when I tell you, it just feels good to feel like yourself again after dealing with a cold, sickness. Me specifically, I was dealing with the upper respiratory infection, girl. And that was just... What I mean, just being out of commission for more than 3 or 4 days, it just does something to your life. Talk about just fucking up the routine. This is my first day back at the gym in a week. And when I tell you, honey, I hate stopping something like that for long periods of time, because getting back into the swing of things is very difficult. Okay? But the show must go on, bitch. As you can tell, I got a haircut today. Honey, it was needed, required, and desired. Okay? I was out here looking like a Bandsting bear, bitch. I hadn't had a haircut in almost a month. And you know, when you're not feeling good, you don't feel like looking good either. And plus, when you're feeling like that, like, that's how you spread shit. I'm not about to go to my barber feeling like shit. Because then the barber gets sick, then his clients get sick, and then it just spreads, girl. And no, ma'am. Ooh. I have cut down smoking cigarettes a lot. I'm very proud of myself. The trend will continue. I definitely want to make it part of my New Year's resolution. I stopped doing those a long time ago because, girl, let's just tell the truth, they don't work. But I have to get to a space where I'm just done with that shit. And not just because of the respiratory infection that I had, but just overall, like, girl, it's old. The week that I did not smoke not nan piece of cigarette, girl. Just being around people. I was in Publix last week looking for ingredients to make some soup. And I walked in this aisle where this older white man was. And you could just tell, girl, older white men, they be chain smoking like a motherfucker. And the fact that he had been left that aisle and the cigarette smell just lingered on, it made me think to myself, is this how I smell to people? You know? Is this how I smell? Like a walking ashtray? I was immediately disgusted. But I'm not gonna lie, sounds crazy, but all my life of being a smoker, I've never liked the smell of cigarettes. But just to have walked where someone had just left from and their smell still lingers on like a ghost, just really made me think, is this how I'm perceived? You know? So, you'll be surprised what puts shit in perspective for you, you know? But I'm nearly at 100%. Today was the last day for the antibiotics. I'm not saying that I feel fat. I'm not saying that I have gone totally out of bounds with unhealthy eating in the past week. But again, it's just something about not doing your routine that makes you just feel blah. So definitely gonna get on some fruits this week. Something about being sick, you don't want to eat healthy at all. Something about, they say starve a fever, feed a cold type shit. I wasn't all that hungry, but when I was hungry for meals, bitch. Okay, I was hungry for rice and chicken and all the things that I have tried to get the hell away from these past couple of months. Child, I had Popeyes earlier today. Girl, I never eat Popeyes. And I just gotta go to the gym. I gotta get it together. The only good thing about being sick was I ended up losing 10 pounds. Hello. So shit. Shout out to losing 10 pounds, but what I had to go through to lose that definitely wasn't by choice. Whew, girl. 'Tis the season, child. Thanksgiving's coming up. Christmas is coming up. A whole new year is about to, come up. I gotta get my life together. I really do. Really, really, really do. I'm looking for a second job. I need another income, child, because I really want to move. My lease renewal's coming up next month. I have no choice but to renew it. But my goal is to secure a second job, hopefully by the beginning of the new year. Hopefully I can get a promotion with a lovely raise by the new year as well. So having the promotion and increased salary along with a secondary income, as well as bringing out Tika Naturals, hello God, 3 sources of income. I'm going to be working my ass off through 2025 so that I can build the needed, required, and desired funding to just go ahead and move. I've lost all faith in this sorry ass landlord. He's a slum just like the rest of these hoes out here in the world. I don't care how nice they try to be. I don't give a fuck about your words. I care about your actions, and you haven't acted. You haven't leaned on your promises at all. If anything, I've just been getting a lot of avoidance. And I'm gonna tell you right now, when this renewal comes up, there better not be no rent increase or none of that shit. Because you didn't stand by your word at all, none this year, bitch. So I'm not gonna tolerate no foolishness. But yeah, 2026, I'm gonna hopefully be moving. Because it's been 6 years with the same old bullshit, and I'm over it. I deserve better. Period. That's just what the fuck that is. I deserve better. In my Mama D voice, I deserve. Okay? You work hard in this life. At the very least, I always tell people this, have the car and have your home the way you want it. You work for it, you paying for it. It might as well be something you want and something that you're comfortable in. And like I say before, child, when I moved in this place, this was supposed to be temporary anyway. I needed to hurry up and find something. This was never supposed to be fucking 6 years, okay? But you can't beat cheaper rent. You know, we didn't expect COVID to happen. You know, Miss Carisha, please, girl. We didn't expect her to happen. We didn't expect, you know, these landlords to lose their shit and increasing rent 300-400%. You know, that's kind of unheard of. Because like I said, when I first started living here, it was $825 a month. That was a steal. Then it went to $850. Now it's like what, $1,200 now? No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So that's my goal. Just work hard in the upcoming year, stack my bread. I need to get into the zero. I need to get out of the red and into the black. Just on everything, child. My new goal is to just have better money management skills, but it's kind of hard to do when you're living check to check. So I remember the days of working multiple jobs and seeing those coins, how they pile in, girl. It's so much easier to work with extra income, budgeting, saving, you know, paying all your bills down to zero is definitely one of the best feelings ever, okay? And since my rent increased the way that it did, that's an extra $300-400, you know, that's going out to that. So it's just been a difficult year financially. So moving forward, I just want shit to be a little more, you know, stable. You know, I don't need riches. Hello God, I don't need to have beyond type of money, but I definitely want to be more comfortable. And you know, some people want more money to do more shit. I just want to be more comfortable. And what that comfortability looks like to me is having savings, having your bills paid down to zero, paying them on time without utilizing a payment arrangement, bitch. Okay? And just being able to build that safety net. Because, girl, there was a time back in the day that if I had less than $2,500 in a savings account, I would lose my mind. Now, there's nothing in the savings account. I actually just opened a savings account because I have to start saving. I have to start budgeting better. I have to start doing something, girl. Something. So getting that promotion will definitely help. That'll change my hours too, because I have to get away from the night shift. My body and my mind can no longer deal with that shit no more. So working on some things, child. So pray for a hoe, okay? I appreciate it. Also, just trying to schedule things out like I mentioned in the live that I did the other day. Shout out to that live. Shout out to everybody who showed up, girl, and supported. I appreciate it. Also, the replay game. Shout out to y'all too. Just carving more time out so that I can be more consistent on YouTube. I'm in the process of doing a lot of shit over there. You know, getting more active on social media. And that's another revenue stream too. You know, nothing big at the moment, but hopefully, you know, with consistency and providing good commentary and content, that'll bring more followers, more viewership, and that will, you know, the viewership is what will bring in, hello God, the coins. So yeah. And I also wanted to save for a real vacation. It's time, girl. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I do PTO, it's usually just me chilling at the house. You know, shit is just too expensive. So normally I just chill at the house, girl. I don't really do much of anything, you know. But I want a real vacation, a real one. I also want to start stacking my bread. I'll be 37 in January. I'm not gonna celebrate these next few birthdays because I want to stack my bread for the big 4-0. as well. Because I definitely never really do much on my birthday like that, because it's just like, again, it's about affordability. But I'm big on celebrating milestone birthdays. So I think, in 3 years, I'll be 40. So I definitely want a cute little, a cute little moment in time to celebrate 40 years of life, bitch. Okay? Getting it together. In addition to that, moving forward, when I secure the secondary income on the main job, I plan on increasing the amount that I have going towards my 401k. And I'll probably increase it more if I'm able to land the promotion, because I really want to retire earlier than the retirement age. I think now it's 67. If you let these crackers have their way, girl, they gonna push that shit to 70. My goal is to retire by 50. So I just got to put more away. I also want to get more into retirement accounts. What's the other account that they be having? What's that account? IRA accounts and shit like that. Like I have one of my supervisors. He's real good at that kind of shit. Girl, he better than me, because the money that this man has in stocks and his retirement account, I would have been done quit. Girl, but he got a family and shit, I understand. But me being single with that kind of bread, girl, I would have been retired and found me a little hut on the islands of Jamaica some damn where. Bitch, and Bueno Vita, honey. Okay? Girl, please. So that's definitely my goal. And just having him, kind of, educate me a little bit on that stuff, and just hearing those numbers and what my potential could be in just 10 to 15, 20 years, it would be more than enough to buy the piece of land that I want, build upon that, and just live out the rest of my days in peace and joy and happiness, and not out here slaving to the bone like I see a lot of these older girls doing, down to these grocery stores and down to the Walmarts, and that shit it's not a read, it's a reality. I don't want that. I don't want that for myself. I feel like you get to a certain age, especially when you're fully gray, them wrinkles start to show on your motherfucking ass. There needs to be a time where you're allowed grace. My thought is, you work half of your life, and then Lord willing, Miss Destiny willing, girl, hello God, to see fit that you live even longer past half of your life, that you at least get to enjoy and relax in the second part of your life, your prime years, your golden years is what they call it, right? Because I'll be damned if I'm out here still shucking and jiving for these folks, and I can barely walk. No God. So definitely, taking life a little more seriously, investing in thyself. Again, the health, the wealth of it all will definitely be a wonderful thing to start all that out with. It just really sucks that they don't really teach financial literacy earlier in life, and the importance of that, and speaking in layman terms instead of all of this cryptic shit, because I just get so tired of people that try to educate you, and girl, you got to pay for this seminar, you got to click this link, and then you're frauded out of your money, girl, or it's a whole situation where you don't understand. Next thing you know, you realize you're involved in a pyramid scheme, girl, and girl, Bernie made off my ass. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So just a little bit of what I've learned with just investing a little bit more in your 401k, getting your own IRA account, you know, playing around with stocks and bonds and things like that. Because, girl, it don't matter. When you really think about it, look at all of the foolishness that has reaped its ugly head through the human experience. Stocks, that whole, whatever they call that shit, girl, I don't have it at the top of my head, right? The stock exchange, girl, that shit's damn near forever. And then, like I said, too, investing in self. One thing I love about Tika Naturals is I feel like it's a very sustainable business. There's many different paths a business like that can go down. Health and beauty are going to be, they were I think, sales increased 65% during Carisha Please, while every other business was failing. So it didn't matter, girl. The girls out here hacking up a lung, passing out, girl, and they was still clicking that link to go purchase their beauty products. The girls still need their skin routines, girl, no matter what's going on in the world, right? And then just that market alone, there's again so many different pathways. Skincare, hair care, you know, there's just so many candles, there's bath bombs, there's just so fucking much that you could do. Soap, oil, sugar scrub, lip balm, face mask. There's just so much that you can get into. So like I said, just doing what I can to invest in thyself. And then hopefully too, like I said, that takes off good enough. I'll have a family business. I'll have something that I can pass on. You know, we're always talking about legacies and what we're leaving behind and starting generational wealth. Because I could definitely see my niece, you know, Janae, hello, shout out to you, boo. I could definitely see her taking over the business at some point or another. I got other nieces and nephews, child, you know, if they find interest in it and, you know, it's a viable, sustainable business and it's doing its shit, I could definitely see it being something that stands tall, you know, or it becoming so successful that someone wants to buy it. And if it's worth it, hello God, why not? But you got to start it to see where it can go. So I don't want to jump too far ahead. Sometimes I am guilty of living in La La Land. Delusions of grandeur, darling. But just thinking better so that I can do better, live better, feel better. I got a whole passport. I haven't even stamped shit yet. Okay? And why would I want to? All these places are expensive. To travel abroad is expensive. So I just want to get my shit together so that I can live. Y'all remember A Family That Prays, girl? The one line that always stood out to me, what Kathy Bates said to Alfred Woodard, girl. Are you living or are you just existing? And let's tell the truth, 99.9% of us are just existing. We're not living. We're not doing what we want. We're doing what we have to. We're stuck in survival mode. You know, we've allowed the powers that be, girl, hello God, to make us think that there's nothing beyond our current situation. There's nothing but the now, the need to struggle to survive. It's a big ass world out here, child, and I want to see at least some of it before my number is called. I want to live, even if it's just a little bit. I don't feel like I've had a chance to truly live. I've had some experiences. I've had the pleasure of, you know, going out of the country, you know. I've had the pleasure of experiencing just a semblance of what that feels like. And it makes me want more, you know. I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the reasons why I fell in love with TVs and movies, and tell the truth, a little bit of reality television. You know, the Housewives of Atlanta was like one of the first things that I saw, where you got these rich girls, well, alleged rich girls, you know. Not, it wasn't the shopping that struck me, because I've been there and done that in my life, girl, okay? I was young getting money and buying the things that I wanted. But it was the traveling that I've always aspired to want to do. And when you realize that that traveling comes with a hefty price tag, you know, I was living vicariously through these girls when they would go on their cash trips and shit. You know, like, wow, going to these different countries and experiencing all these different, you know, cultures and shit. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, when I moved back down to Florida from Georgia back in 2012, I was so broken, dusted, and disgusted. I moved down here with 2 suitcases and a duffel bag. All my shit was in storage in Atlanta. And I was just so over everything, I forgot that one of my prized possessions, I had about 6 or 7 photo albums fully stocked of pictures of my life, my younger self, family, friends, and I lost all of that. I literally don't have anything from my childhood anymore. I know I have an aunt, and maybe my sister has some old pictures of me, but as far as all the things that I've accumulated through my life, because I've always loved to take pictures, and I used to call them memory books, not photo albums, just memory books, because every so often I would go through them and just look. I like to see who I was, where I was, and, you know, how I was feeling during those time periods in my life. And I don't know, just like a look of gratitude. Because, you know, sometimes, child, you go through life and you become ungrateful. So sometimes you need a reality check, and that used to be my reality check. Sometimes I would be ungrateful in my current moment, and I'd use those memory books to look, because my past was riddled with fuck shit. Girl. So I would look through those memory books and be like, okay, woosah, bitch. Be grateful. You're a lot further along than what you used to be. You're not who you used to be. You're not where you used to be. Hello, God. So just being able to start that again. I know we have phones now, you know, and great pictures and all that shit, but I used to love to just print them out. You know, I used to get those little, they still sell those little cameras down to the Walgreens, bitch. And take pictures, but I'll never be able to get any of those pictures back. One of my many regrets. So definitely want to start back making memories again. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to, as not just the new year, not just a resolution, but just something that I feel like needs to happen in life. You have to want more, and not just want it, but put the wants into action. Because when you really think about the countdown, you know, even though in the immortal words of Mariah, time is irrelevant, it's very relevant. Unfortunately, we have coined time as, you know, this thing that we obviously can never go against, and we can't deny it. Because, girl, these days are going by very quickly, and before you know it, you know, a new year is upon us. And a new year after that is upon us. And you're looking back. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, my ass. I don't want to be one of those people. You know? So the goal is to just get it all together. Especially for those that have just gone through so much in life. We yearn for a reprieve. Hello. We yearn for some type of peace. We yearn for just that sense of, I don't want to say accomplishment, but just how I feel like retirees should feel. Even though most of them will tell you they don't, girl, they want to go back to work. They, they say after, some people when they retire, they die within the first year or two, girl. That's what they say. But that to me were just people who just were unfulfilled. When you at the point where you cashing out your retirement, girl, and you supposed to be living your best life, that's supposed to be a good feeling. You've given everything you could give. Work-wise, at the very least. 30, 40 years busting your ass. You deserve that rest and that peace. You deserve to sleep till noon. Hello. Okay? You deserve. Nothing worse than, like I said, walking out here in this good old world and seeing people that have retired and then they have no choice but to go back to work. That's why we got to change this government shit. That's why we got to change a lot of the stuff in this human experience, girl. The fact that we continue to let these people dictate, they keep moving the goalposts, girl. And it's just like y'all are trying your best to wipe away the so-called American dream. And not just the American dream, the human dream. No one wants to be killing themselves all of these years, girl. Making pennies on the dollar. Scheduling a retirement at a very tender age where, girl, you're blessed if your kneecaps ain't been blown out yet, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Girl. It's a sad world when you really think about it. When you walk into a place and you see elderly folks working, girl. There's this guy at the Publix by my house. He is the literal hunchback of Notre Dame, honey. Hello, God. No tea, no shade, but real tea, no shade. Okay? I'll be damned. The man can't even walk. He bagging groceries and shit. Hunched over. Old. No, ma'am. No fucking ma'am. And we got to think about this too, girl. This ain't Korea. This ain't Japan or China or Asia, any of that shit, right? They take pride in their elderly. They take care of their elderly. In America, hell no. You see what they doing, honey? Right after COVID, girl, Miss Carisha, please, was out here letting the girls know that you're evicted. Your rents have gone up, girl. Your social security checks, your disability checks are no longer going to be able to cover your rent. And even during that time period, yeah, it was covering their rent, but they didn't have nothing left over for groceries. And it's difficult as hell out here to get some damn food stamps. You got to be damn near homeless and have 10 million kids just to be able to get some damn food stamps. We don't care about the elderly over here. We don't give not one fuck about them. And that's a shame. And then y'all steady wanting to push the goalposts as it pertains to the retirement age. I remember back then it was like 55. Then it jumped to 67. Now y'all trying to push it to 70? What's the mortality rate nowadays, especially with all this stress? And now new medical research is showing that cancer is showing up in young people more than ever now. And they ask the question, we wonder why this is happening. Girl, all of this stress, all of the chemicals in the food, all of this effort to cut costs means that you got to do some trickery. You got to do some evil. Hello, God. In order to make it cheaper for your company to make these products. That's why Caresha Please was invented. We gotta let some of these girls go. Literally. We got to design some things that look natural to take y'all girls out. Hello. And then I'm hearing all these reports about these life insurance policies. Girl, these companies ain't trying to cash nothing out. They ain't trying to give you your damn money. Heard this story about this girl, this old lady, honey. Child, these girls, this lady done worked her whole life. She was paying into an insurance policy for like 30, 40, 50 years, some shit. It was a long time. And honey, at the last minute, it was time to renew her policy. Girl, they denied the policy. Something happened, and it was supposed to be worth all these millions of dollars, but they ended up fucking her over. Girl. That's why I'm saying we got to do what we got to do, child, because we live in a world and we live in a country where your health, your wealth, they don't care about. It's all about workers working. They don't give a damn. They already don't want to give pregnant girls, what's that shit called, maternity leave. They already don't want to give you bereavement leave when someone passes. They want to give you 3 days. Girl, what is 3 days going to do when your mama done passed? What's 3 days going to do when your best friend done passed? Your brother, your sister, someone you really loved and cared about. What is 3 days going to fucking do, bitch? Hello? They say you got to get good credit, but girl, 90% of this country got student loan debt. You can fund mass genocide for Israel, girl. You can send all of these millions, trillions of dollars to Ukraine, girl. Hello. We can get on a phone call because we want a certain someone to be president. We can raise millions of dollars in a night. Meanwhile, public schools want to deny children food because their student accounts are overdue. Hello. We have people in office sitting around discussing getting rid, hello God, of the what is that? The free meals and the free lunches, the free meals down to the public schoolhouses, girl. With the knowledge that some of those kids, those meals are the first meals they're going to have, the only meal they might end up having. Hello. We don't want to restock the food banks. We don't want to donate to these community action authority situations, girl, to pay folks light bill and rent, utility services. Hello. And like I said before, you got to be homeless or have 10 million kids just to be able to be approved for a little piece of food stamp. Hello. Just to get a little bit of help. They don't care. So you got to care for yourself. And I know a lot of y'all sit around here and y'all hate the way that I think about the world. It's not what I think about the world. It's what the world has shown me. Are we living in the same existence? Are we living the same experiences? Because from where I'm sitting, we are. A multitude of us are experiencing these things, have seen these things, bared witness to these things. And we continue to act like it doesn't exist. Because in the moment, you feel as if it does not affect you personally, but it does. It sure the fuck does. We live in a world, mind you, where we know that child trafficking, sex trafficking, human trafficking is a very real and very present thing, right? But we still gonna buy that Christian Dior. Even though they just told us, girl, I don't know if it's Dior or somebody else, it cost them $10, $50 or whatever to make a product, but they selling it to y'all for 10 grand. knowing that there's some child labor going on behind that. Someone's life had to be sacrificed, girl, just to make sure you had that $100 belt. What's going on in the Congo? What's been going on in the Congo? You have Elon Musk introducing robots and autonomous vehicles, knowing damn well the elements and the technology put into just one of those probably killed about 100 children. And this is information that everyone knows, but we act like we don't care. That's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. And I don't know if it's, we become desensitized. I don't know if it's because, it's like, girl, again, we think that it's not our problem, but really it is our problem. It affects us in a major way. Anyway, let me get in here and work out, child. Get my body back together, girl. Get my routine back going. Just wanted to come here and run my mouth, give some breakfast, lunch, and dinner, girl, some snacks, bitch. Okay, hello, God. Pennies for thoughts. Y'all be blessed and never stressed. Remember, the health is truly wealth. And continue to like, comment, subscribe, share all the things, girl. Follow me on Instagram at YB Speaks. My TikTok page at YB Speaks. Continue to support the platform, girl. I appreciate y'all. Take care. Bye.